If you manage to hit on players like Bucky Irving, Puka Nacua, or Amon-Ra St. Brown, you'll know the importance of nailing your late round rookie picks. Identifying sleepers is a huge way to get a massive advantage over your league mates, helping you to win titles and, more importantly, bring home big money. In this video, I've got 4 sleepers for you available in the 3rd round or later of rookie drafts, although this video is being recorded pre-draft, so that could change if one of them gets an incredible landing spot that means that they rocket up draft boards. Now, even though the running back position is the deepest in this draft, we do have a couple of other positions available as well, so let's get into it. The first sleeper that I have for you has been my guy throughout the entire draft process. From the moment that I watched Tai Felton, wide receiver out of Maryland, this was tape that I absolutely loved. You can see on film just how shifty a route runner is, and this showed itself at the combine as well. He has shown an ability to be explosive, both laterally and vertically. And whilst he may have a relatively skinny frame, meaning he's unlikely to consistently win on the outside, this is someone who's ready to step into the league day one as a starting slot receiver. If you watch my profile video on him, you'll see that I comped him to Khalil Shakir, and given the huge extension that Shakir just got, this is by no means a bad comparison. They have the same ability to gain yards after the catch, get open quickly in and early into the route, and to succeed consistently in the slot, seeing a vast amount of targets. Now, the best thing about Felton is that despite this ability, he is still going massively under the radar. His Superflex ADP is in the 5th round. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see this change after the draft, when I think he'll probably get slightly better draft capital than we're anticipating. And if he can land somewhere where they need a starting slot wide receiver, for example, if he were to land in Pittsburgh to complement those 2 fantastic outside wide receivers, I would be really happy with how this could potentially then work out. In fact, if it's Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers, this is someone that could see 100 targets in their rookie year. He is currently projected to go in the 5th round of the NFL draft, so he's definitely going quite under the radar. And he's currently ranked per DLF, Dynasty League Football, the Dynasty website that I write for, as their wide receiver 21. I have him as a top 12 wide receiver and someone that I've really liked throughout the entire draft process. So if you are drafting pre-draft, this is someone I would definitely be targeting. But Felton is going so under the radar, considering the fact that I think he's probably ready to start in the slot day one in the NFL. Another player that has been on my radar since I watched his film is Brashard Smith out of SMU. Now, he had a quite unconventional path to the NFL, starting off as a wide receiver who converted to become a running back in his last year at college. Now, this is obviously the same pathway that someone like Tyrone Tracy saw, and he has been a huge value in dynasty drafts. Even if he doesn't maintain 100% of the workload going into year 2, he's been a huge surprise and someone that you can be really excited about. Brashard Smith is twice the receiver that Tyrone Tracy was in college, and you can see this across his tape. This is a draft class loaded with 3 down workhorses and a lot of power backs as well, and Smith really breaks the mold here. He is a fantastic receiving back. He is truly lineup versatile. As you can see with the clips at the beginning of this video, he can line up outside, he can line up in the slot, run routes out of the backfield. You can truly just line him up as a wide receiver and he can go win. He also showcases fantastic burst and lateral agility to help make people miss. Now, he is a relatively smaller back. It's unlikely he's ever going to have a 3 down workload, but for someone currently available in the 4th round of rookie drafts and ranked as the RB15, he has incredible upside if he ever did get control of a backfield. Even if he doesn't, as a 3rd down back, Smith has one of the highest upsides in this class, especially because teams will love the fact that they can flex him out wide with ease, and he works very differently to a lot of running backs in this class. If he can land somewhere alongside someone with a power back, for example, with the Baltimore Ravens, or even as a more explosive complement to Kyron Williams with the LA Rams, you can see that, this is a player that I love and this is my team as well. That's something that I would absolutely love to see. I wouldn't be surprised to see Smith seize control of that 3rd down option and then start to take work away from a veteran back as well, once he starts to develop some of the nuances of the running back game that he wasn't really able to show in college just because he didn't really have the experience. If you are enjoying this content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And while you're there, check out the link in the comments below for my rookie guide. I put together my top 50 prospects, including all 4 in this video. I have their strengths, weaknesses, projected landing spots, projected draft capital, and playstyle comparisons as an easy fantasy football resource for you to be able to look at going into your rookie drafts. I have videos on all 50 of them, but it's such an easy way for you to digest the information and start to put together your rankings. But let's get on to my next sleeper. Mason Taylor out of LSU is a huge value in Dynasty rookie drafts, despite the fact that he is currently the consensus tight end 3. There's seen as a huge gap between the top 2, Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, and then the rest of the class, with some analysts loving Harold Fannin Jr., some loving Elijah Arroyo for the huge amounts of upside, and some, like me, truly falling for Mason Taylor. Now, he was incredibly productive in college, but he does function almost exclusively as a big slot. He is not the best blocker. He's functional in the running game, or in the run blocking game, but isn't really going to be a huge difference maker. But this hasn't stopped a huge amount of tight ends in the NFL. And as we are playing fantasy football, unless you're playing in a points per pancake league, although maybe that would be quite on brand for this channel, the blocking is not going to make a huge difference to you. As a big slot, he has way more juice to break open down the seam. He has fantastic lateral agility and ability to then wiggle after the catch, especially for a tight end of his size. The change of direction was really impressive. And also some of the best hands in the draft. He is a really natural hands catcher. That basketball background really shows itself, as it does with a lot of tight ends. They all tended to play basketball. And has the ability to then box out opposition defenders and just pluck the ball out of the air. It's incredibly exciting to see. And despite the fact that he is going around the tight end 3, in Superflex leagues, he's currently going towards the back of the 3rd round. This is a huge value for me. Being able to get a tight end who I think can contribute from day one and become a focal point of a passing game is going to be huge for him. And if he can land somewhere where there's not a huge amount in the receiving game, for example, if he were to land in New England, it would be incredibly exciting to then see how he could develop. I could also see him landing somewhere like Carolina, even if they took a tight end last year, just because I think the upside of having Mason Taylor as your number 1 or number 2 receiving option is going to be absolutely huge for this reliable pass catcher that I think can quickly become a quarterback's best friend. My last sleeper is a running back who I absolutely fell in love with when I scouted his film, and yet he is projected to go towards the back of the 6th round in the NFL draft and midway through the 4th in your rookie drafts. Raheim Rocket Sanders out of South Carolina was essentially the South Carolina entire offense last season. And when you watch him, you see a back with fantastic size, who runs behind his pads and knows how to work with power and burst. But when you continue watching some of the All-22, you notice that he actually has fantastic hands for his size as well. He might not have the same amount of wiggle as some of the other receiving backs in this game, but he has more than enough juice to get things done in the open field. And so I was incredibly impressed at the potential for a 3-down workload for Rocket Sanders. He has well more than enough athletic tools to get the job done, can run with power, with burst, has good vision, and can work in the receiving game as well, being able to pluck in passes outside of his frame. Now, he might not be a back that you can build your entire receiving game around, but he's definitely someone that you can feature on the field for all 3 downs. And he can work really well in the screen game, in the check down game, and also running swing routes as well. I think that Raheim Sanders has a real chance to land somewhere and pull together a 3-down workload. For example, if he were to land in Pittsburgh and then become a complementary back to Jaylen Warren, or even Warren to become a complementary back to him, I would be incredibly excited about the potential upside that he could have. And he is going all the way down midway through the 4th round, currently being drafted as the RB16. This is an incredibly exciting back to me, and I think that he's one of the few in this class laid down the board that is more than just a role player and can actually end up getting control of an entire backfield on his own. That is going to do it for today. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on my 4 sleepers, or if there's anyone that you think is going massively under the radar and you would like to see me talk about. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel and make sure to check out my rookie guide, which is in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.